Hey, welcome to Fantasy Football Live. I'm TJ Jefferson and I'm here with Justin Mooney. We want to get you ready for week 6 of the NFL season by letting you know what waiver wire pickups you should make to ensure yourself success. So Justin, what quarterback out there should all our fans pick up?
Well, everyone should be looking, especially this week, at Kyle Orton. Now, the Denver Broncos, they're 5-0, they're playing great as a team, but Kyle Orton's been putting up actually very respectable fantasy numbers. He had 35 completions last week. They're going against San Diego. It's going to be more of a shootout type game, and I think Kyle Orton, especially this week, is someone you can pick up and start.
Wow, those Broncos are really impressive this year. So now we're going to move on to running back. Now, which running back would you have your eye on if you needed help at that position?
Well, especially this week, with a lot of buys happening, one guy, I've actually picked this guy up in a league, is Sammy Morris. Now, Sammy Morris hasn't done amazing, but the last 2 weeks he's gotten you double-digit points. Since Fred Taylor's gone down, he's the guy that's been getting the majority of the touches. Another running back to look at is Jamal Lewis. A lot of people dropped him. He was drafted. They were dropped. He's obviously got his starting job back with over 30 and 100 last week. So he's definitely a guy to look at. So those are guys I would really try and pick up this week.
Okay, what about wide receiver? Anyone out there that kind of catches your eye?
Well, a guy that catches my eye is Donnie Avery. I mean, there was a lot of hype about Donnie Avery before the season, and then he just didn't produce. Well, last week, Bulger came back in. Sure, it was garbage time, but he wound up with over 80 yards and a touchdown. They're going to Jacksonville this week, so you couldn't ask for a better matchup. So he's a guy that the talent is there. He has had some good production in the past, and he's definitely someone I would look to pick up for this week.
Awesome, awesome. What about tight end? Which tight end pickup would you recommend?
Well, for tight end, the guy you should really target is Jermichael Finley. Jermichael Finley had a huge game against Minnesota. He'd be the #1 guy I would target this week.
Any other wide receivers out there?
Well, another guy, you saw him blow up this week, Jeremy Maclin. You already know what he did. He's a guy, if you can get him, get him.
Interesting. Defense. The pickings have to be slim at this point in defense, but is there anyone worth taking a chance on in week 6?
Well, the pickings are really slim, and I've got 2 options for you. Deeper league, you're in trouble, you have no one to start. One of them is Washington. Washington is playing Kansas City. Kansas City's been okay, they've scored some points, but Washington does not give up a lot of yards. They do not give up a lot of points. They don't score a lot of points, so they've been losing games, but that's actually masked the fact that their defense has been decent, and in a week like this, definitely startable. Another one, really deep, big long shot, huge upside, Jacksonville. Yes, I know they just gave up 41 points last week, but they're playing the Rams, and the Rams are terrible. Now, on the other end, you could look, maybe the Rams will break out this week. I don't know. I think Jacksonville has a little more talent on their side of the ball than the Rams do on the offensive side of the ball. So even though I recommended Avery, I think Jacksonville could get you some fantasy points, especially in the turnover and defensive touchdown area.
There you have it, our week 6 waiver wire pickups. For Justin Mooney, I'm TJ Jefferson. We'll see you next week on Fantasy Football Live. Good luck.